Let's talk about something we're not supposed to talk about. You wake up tired. Even after a full night of sleep, your body feels heavy, your mind foggy. You can't explain it. You're doing all the right things, but something in you feels hijacked. This isn't burnout. This isn't depression. This is spiritual warfare. Let's be real. We all get tired. Life is demanding. And sometimes exhaustion just means you've been pushing too hard. But this is different. This is the kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. You could sleep 10 hours, wake up and still feel like you're dragging a mountain behind you. You're drinking more coffee. You're taking more naps. You're canceling plans because you just can't. And no matter what you do, meditation, vitamins, journaling, workouts, nothing moves the needle. You start questioning yourself. Am I depressed? Is something wrong with my body? Am I being lazy? But the truth is, it's not you. It's something being done to you. This kind of exhaustion isn't physical, it's spiritual. It's like your life force is leaking and you can't find the hole. When someone sends dark energy your way, whether it's jealousy, resentment, or intentional black magic, it doesn't just float in the air. It attaches, it clings, and the first thing it attacks is your energy because that's where your power lives. Your joy, your drive, your intuition, all of it sits in your energetic field. And when that field gets invaded, you feel it. You lose motivation, you forget what you're working toward, you start numbing out. Not because you don't care, but because you don't have the capacity to. That is not a coincidence, that is a tactic. If they can dim your light, they don't have to destroy you, because eventually you'll do it yourself by giving up, but not anymore. When you notice that kind of drain, pause. Don't just reach for the coffee. Reach for your power. Speak out loud. This exhaustion is not mine to carry. I release any energy that does not belong to me. I reclaim my strength. I call my power back. Even if you don't fully believe it yet, say it anyway. Because dark energy feeds on silence. It thrives when you doubt your own experience, but when you speak, when you choose to believe your own body, your own spirit, that's the beginning of your return. That's the shift. You're not just tired. You're being targeted. And now you're waking up. You know that feeling when life starts unraveling, but there's no clear reason? Your phone glitches, your car breaks down, your bank account is suddenly drained, clients ghost you, you lose things, miss deadlines, get blamed for stuff you didn't do, and it all happens so quickly, so chaotically, that you can't even catch your breath, let alone make sense of it. At first, you chalk it up to coincidence. Maybe I'm just having a rough week. Maybe Mercury's in retrograde. But deep down, you know, this isn't just a bad day. This is a pattern, a strange, sticky kind of destruction that follows you. Things fall apart for no logical reason. It's like there's a shadow behind you undoing everything you build. And here's the thing most people won't say out loud. Sometimes someone wants you to fail, not in an obvious public way, not with fists or shouts, but with whispered intentions, with energy, with rituals. And yes, sometimes with black magic. And when that happens, it doesn't look like fire and brimstone. It looks like your life quietly derailing one piece at a time. You lose your wallet the day your rent is due. Your boss turns cold for no reason. You spill your drink on the one job application you really cared about. You start to feel like the universe is punishing you, but for what? Let me say this clearly. You're not cursed by life. You're being targeted energetically. And it's time to stop blaming yourself for sabotage, that's not coming from you. People don't always cast spells with candles and chants. You know, sometimes they do it with envy, gossip, obsession, and malice, and those vibrations move faster than we realize. You are not imagining it. This misfortune, it's engineered. It's been sent to distract you, delay you, and ultimately defeat you. But here's what they didn't count on. They didn't count on your awareness. They didn't expect you to name it. They didn't think you'd wake up and say, I see what's happening and I'm taking my life back. Because once you see the pattern, you can break it. That's when the healing starts. That's when you stop just surviving the chaos and start pushing it out of your field completely. Burn the herbs, cleanse your space, say the prayers, but more importantly, trust yourself again. Trust that what's falling apart isn't your fault. Trust that you're not unlucky. You're powerful. And that power scared someone enough to try to sabotage it. But the truth is, they can't curse what's protected by purpose. And your purpose, it's still alive, still calling, and more resilient than they ever imagined. And if you're open, you can, or energetically unprotected entities can use that opening to get in. Negative energy, curses, hexes, they don't always hit you while you're awake. Sometimes they come when your guard is down, because your conscious mind might be rational enough to fight, but your subconscious, it's unfiltered. It absorbs everything. So when you're being spiritually attacked, it shows up at night. Nightmares become messages. Sleep paralysis becomes a method of control. They want you afraid. They want you exhausted. They want you doubting your own sanity so they can keep feeding off your fear. But listen closely. Your nightmares aren't just horror stories. They're alarms, warnings, invitations to wake up on a deeper level. And once you understand that, you don't just survive the night, you rise with clarity. Because the moment you realize your dream space is sacred, you start protecting it. Cleanse before you sleep. Pray out loud. Keep black tourmaline or obsidian near your bed. Set boundaries in the spirit. Command protection over your sleep like your life depends on it. Because energetically, it does. And here's the truth most people don't want to say out loud. The attacks stop when they know you're no longer afraid of the dark, because you are not weak, you're not fragile, you are intuitive. You are spiritually gifted, and what they fear most is you waking up and remembering just how powerful your presence is. So the next time something follows you into your dream, don't run, stand up in the spirit. You're not just a dreamer, you're a warrior, and this is your territory now. Let's talk about the kind of fear that has no name, but still takes over your entire nervous system. You're walking into a room you've been in 100 times, but suddenly your chest tightens. You can't breathe right. Your hands sweat, your heart races, and there's no threat, no danger, no trigger, just a feeling, a creeping, constant dread that wraps around your mind like fog. And the worst part, you can't explain it. People ask, what's wrong? And all you can say is, I just feel off. Let me tell you something powerful. That off feeling, it's not just in your head. It's in your field. Your energy field is picking up something your logical brain can't yet process. See, we've been conditioned to believe that fear only makes sense if we can trace it to a memory, a trauma, a story. But fear can also be planted. Anxiety can be projected. Someone with ill intent doesn't have to be in the same room as you. All they need is access to your name, your photo, your energy. And with enough darkness, they can send out frequencies designed to disrupt your peace, confuse your mind, weaken your connection to your inner truth. When you're under spiritual attack, fear becomes your shadow. It follows you everywhere. It amplifies your insecurities. You start doubting people who love you. You start questioning your own intuition. You feel hunted, watched, like something is breathing down your neck, but when you turn around, there's nothing there. But your body knows, your spirit knows, something's off. And the more you ignore that feeling, the more it grows. This is the hidden purpose of that chronic anxiety. To keep you distracted, to keep you small, to keep you afraid to trust yourself. Because when you're paralyzed by fear, you're easier to manipulate. When you're constantly anxious, you don't take bold steps, you play small, you stay hidden, you silence your power. And that's exactly what they want. But here's the part they didn't plan for. Your fear can become your teacher. Instead of running from it, listen to it, sit with it, breathe into it, ask it, what are you trying to protect me from? What am I sensing that I've been taught to ignore? Because underneath that anxiety is instinct, is wisdom, is your spiritual radar going off. And the moment you stop gaslighting yourself and start believing your gut, that's when your healing begins. So what can you do? Start with boundaries, spiritual boundaries. Speak aloud. I am not available for this fear. I command any energy that is not mine to leave now. I am not afraid of the dark. I am the light. Take your power back breath by breath. Cleanse your space. Clean your aura. Take spiritual back. Use protective herbs, oils, or crystals. Do whatever reminds you, you are not helpless here. You are not crazy. You are not broken. You are spiritually sensitive, and that is not a weakness. That is a gift. The fear isn't here to consume you. It's here to alert you. So when it comes knocking, don't cower. Stand in your truth, because when fear meets a soul who remembers its power, it doesn't stand a chance. A quiet exhale from a loud, chaotic world, but when you're under spiritual attack, night becomes the battlefield. You lay down trying to escape the weight of your day. You close your eyes hoping for peace, but what greets you instead are images that jolt you awake over and over. It starts with subtle things, dreams that leave you uneasy, visions that don't belong in your subconscious. Then it escalates. You start seeing faces you've never met. You feel hands touching you, but there's no one there. You wake up gasping for air, heart pounding, body drenched in sweat. And then comes the worst part, the paralysis. You're awake, but you can't move. You're screaming, but no one hears you. Your body becomes a prison, your bedroom, a cage. And there's a presence, something watching, standing at the edge of your bed. Or worse, sitting on your chest. That's not a random phenomenon. That's not just a sleep disorder. That is a spiritual invasion. Your dreams are a direct line to your subconscious. Why is everyone pulling away from me? One day, you're surrounded by warmth, text messages, check-ins, laughter, shared memories. Then something shifts. People go quiet. Your calls go unanswered. You start having arguments over nothing. Misunderstandings spiral out of control. And no matter how much you try to explain yourself, it's like no one's hearing you anymore. You start to feel alone, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually. Even in a crowded room, it feels like no one sees you. You're the black sheep, the misunderstood one, the one everyone's concerned about, but no one truly connects with. Let me be clear, this isn't just bad luck. This is a targeted dismantling of your support system. When someone wants to harm you spiritually, especially through dark energy, black magic, or intentional malice, they don't always come for your money or your health first. They come for your connections. Why? Because your relationships are your mirrors. They reflect your strength, your worth, your purpose. And when someone severs those ties, they're trying to strip you of your identity, your stability, your emotional anchor. They isolate you so you're easier to confuse, easier to control, easier to break. And they do it subtly. Suddenly your best friend thinks you've changed, your partner becomes distant and cold, you get labeled as too much or too sensitive. Handling drama resurfaces with no real cause. It's like people start seeing you through a distorted lens. And the more you try to fix it, the worse it gets. That's not a coincidence. That's a sign. Something is interfering. And it's not just you being hard to love. It's a force that thrives in division, in silence, in broken bonds. But here's what they didn't count on. They didn't count on you seeing through it. They didn't count on you waking up and realizing you were never the problem. Your presence makes people feel. Your energy challenges others to face themselves. And that kind of authenticity, that kind of light, it rattles the people who are committed to their own shadow. And when someone sends spiritual attack your way, they try to use your light against you. They try to turn your loved ones into mirrors of doubt, fear, and confusion. But listen, you are not meant to beg for connection. You're meant to protect your field. If you feel this happening, do 3 things. Cleanse your space and your heart. Speak forgiveness over the pain, but don't carry it. Name the pattern, say out loud. Any energy trying to create conflict and division in my life, you are not welcome here. Call in alignment. Ask for the return of soul-level relationships, ones that see you, hold you, honor you. You're not crazy. You're not difficult. You are a divine being whose light has been under siege, but the light doesn't need a crowd to shine. It just needs to remember where it came from, and the people meant to walk with you, they'll find you again. Because real love isn't afraid of your power. It's drawn to it. It's easy to believe that you've been cursed, that you're helpless, that the darkness is bigger than your light. But here's the truth most people forget in the fog of spiritual warfare. No one can destroy you without your agreement. And that agreement doesn't have to be spoken. It's the quiet belief that says, maybe I'm not strong enough. It's the surrender that whispers, maybe I deserve this. That belief is the doorway. That's how they get in. Not just through rituals or candles or hexes, but through the crack in your confidence. And that's why breaking free starts with something so simple and so radical, belief. Belief that your life is worth protecting. Belief that your spirit is sovereign. Belief that you can command